I think comedy's dead. All of it. All of it's dead. What happened? Someone called a mortician. We got a murdered thing. Somebody stabbed comedy through the funny bone.
So I was thinking of doing Borat.
More tasteful.
Okay, Bruno.
That is less tasteful.
My God, what are you, homophobic?
No, I think liking Bruno is more homophobic than calling him distasteful. It's a very blatant stereotype.
A stereotype that is revered by the gay community.
I think that is completely unreasonable.
I'm being unreasonable? Me? These are the funniest movies I have seen in recent memory. And goddamn, if I'm going to let you tell me that they aren't tasteful enough, is that okay?
Yeah, no, that's fine. You can do Borat, I guess.
I don't want to anymore.
So Bruno then?
No!
And that's the death of comedy. The ascension of all of our collective taste is the death of comedy. We all just have to learn to be a little less picky about what we laugh at, right?
What is Pictionary music?
Here, I'll show you. So let's just listen to it at the same time. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh! Yeah, from Nintendo. Yeah.
Let's go.
Is this copyright?
It's probably a little bit, but it's on YouTube by Explode2AO3, and he's had it up for 10 years and it hasn't been struck down. So probably fine. Fuck yeah.
Why does this song slap?
That's enough.
Why? That song was great.
This isn't funny.
No.
Then why?
Why what?
Why am I not funny?
Was that on purpose or no? Because you suck.
Well, that was weird. Segues. I wanted to get a Segway when I was younger, but I realize now that they're really sad because it's kind of like it's like a machine that walks for you, or a machine that talks for you, or a machine that lives your life for you. You need to live your life, right? That's an important aspect of the human experience, is living your life. But what are you doing to live your life? Where are you going, right? Are you standing in your living room talking to your phone, trying to make a stand-up performance without having any of the noise that comedy is usually associated with?
No, stop. I'm not reading this. I can't. Stop. You are not writing my thoughts. You are not writing my thoughts.
It's happening. You love it already.
Get out of my fucking head.
That's the line, actually.
This is so fucking weird.
Did you read this already?
What was that last joke even supposed to be?
It's basically, it's just like, well, what if what if this joke was something that came from the future and we're writing it down now, and this is a reading of the future, and as you were reading the lines, you were thinking and saying those things naturally as if you weren't reading the lines.
But you already wrote down what it would be, and it's actually pretty good. Why don't you just keep it?
Because it's not funny enough, Tom. It will never be, because if people in the audience can breathe, then it's just not funny enough.
JT. I think it's like scary, but I love it. I don't know why, but I'm excited to be a part of whatever this delusional wizardry is whipping up.
Let's go with it then.
It's like it's like a story, right? And a guy dies and he goes to heaven or whatever. He's talking to God. and God explains basically that no, well, yeah, I guess he is the egg, honestly talking about. So the guy God explains to the guy that the egg is just, why are there so many fucking flies in front of my house? The universe is just an egg. And so the guy is being reborn, and he lives the life of every person and animal that has ever lived on Earth. And when he lives every life that's ever lived on Earth, then he becomes a god. Okay, so for some reason there's like a bunch of flies right in front of my window. My cats like it, but I'm kind of concerned.
Okay, so the egg talks to God. God says to egg, "You are the universe. You are being reborn to live the life of the universe that you are, all of the lives in the universe." "Wait," says the egg, "the universe actually sucks." "Yes," God says, "you do."
Johnny.
Gosh, that was a joke, but not really going or anything like that, because that's dead. That is dead. Comedy dead. Why? I guess just well, look at your brain. If you look at your brain, every time you look at something and you don't laugh, you know that thing isn't funny. Every time you look at something funny and you don't laugh, it's like your brain is saying, "Man, this isn't funny enough for me." It's turning up your bar, your line, saying, "This is the bar. Well, I didn't laugh at this thing, and this thing is here. This thing is funny, but I didn't laugh. Okay, well, now I saw this, and that was kind of funny, and I chuckled a little bit, but I didn't really hardly laugh like I would when my bar was here. So I guess the bar is here now." And then it just keeps going up, and there's no laughter along the way. So you're not laughing, right?
I feel like if animals were given rights and became sentient beings, which is the dream for everybody on Earth, except for humans, fucks.
I mean, this is how comedy's always worked. A comedy has always been like when you're 5 or 6 years old and you just learned to speak, and somebody comes up to you, goes poo poo, and you're like, "I know what poo poo is. That's crazy."
I would love it so much, because think about how much stuff we learned from nature, observing other animals and employing them into our designs. Imagine having bird engineers who literally understand aerospace on a fundamental level.
I love it.
He hit him with the poo poo pee pee. What the fuck? That's so funny. Holy shit.
Bird engineers sounds like a great starting place for a comedy that will be delivered to an engineering school audience. I don't know where it's going after that, but it starts at bird engineers.
Bird engineers, I don't know, draft medics.
What else? What else do they model?
It's just, I'm not gonna laugh. And it keeps going up. And that's the death of comedy. The ascension of all of our collective taste is the death of comedy.
This is the show.
This is the show. It's a podcast.
We're recording this and just sending it. Although that raises a serious point of we could put effort into writing a bunch of stuff, or we could just do this type of thing.
I say, here's what we do. We act out the script as we write it. And then once we have the script done, we leave in our editorial notes and we get someone from WPI to edit for us. Because we put in all the work of making the video and the jokes and the writing. And the least they could do is make it easy for us just to have our creative process the way we like it.
Yeah. What if that was the show? Just that one sentence?
Well, we don't care. Goodbye. We're going to focus on our Netflix queues, our Twitter feeds, our Facebook feeds, whatever keeps you sane.
Okay, this is a hard idea to explain. Let me try and start at the beginning. So it's us, right? We're maybe doing a podcast, okay?
Yeah.
And when the podcast ends, it's like us again, but in different clothes, and maybe like you have dreads and I have like a ball cap or something. We just switch it. That'd be funny. But then we're like at a TV like this, and we pause it, and we're like the political rivals or like the podcast rivals of the first us, and then we're like, let's do some editing, and then the next 3 minutes is the same first part of the show, like the podcast from the beginning, but it's posted on YouTube as like, listen to how bad this is. And it's like all of our views and opinions that we stated about are child slavery. And then the edit is, I do support child slavery. We could like creatively write it like that. Oh fuck.
How do you joke about something this meta? How do you say, what do you say at comedy's funeral? Right? I loved comedy. It was a dear friend. But now without it, I will live a life without laughter. It's almost too much. It's just dramatic. It's sad. There's the one guy who could speak at comedy's funeral, and that's comedy. And comedy could say things like, oh, geez, looked like someone got stabbed in the funny bone. That used to be funny. And something that you could have written before all of the world came crashing down and our collective psyche just got so depressed that comedy seemed like a foreign, distant relative that you never call. I say, just call that relative. Say, what's up? And they'll be like, chicken butt. And then you'll be like, whoa, oh my God, I remember why I don't talk to you anymore. You shouldn't. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. This is probably the most crazy fucking video I've ever recorded because it's mostly nonsense. But I do believe that one day all of us will come back into the world and we'll stop going on our phones or using internet, and maybe Reddit will just like die. Maybe Reddit will go offline because so many people will stop using it. That's a dream.
Go then.
Yeah, I'm a bop off. I definitely I think this is a really good way. Like we don't have to I think this recording is a really good way to keep notes on.
I'll watch it back, and then when I find anything good, I'll try and like clip it and then save it.
Yeah. When do you want to meet next?
I don't know. Let's see.
You have like a free
tomorrow,
schedule?
today, either or.
Okay.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.